Welcome to the class, students. Today we are moving to next chapter in your first PU syllabus, that is fourth chapter, diagrammatics and graphical representation of data. How to represent the after tabulation, how to represent the data in using graphs, that we are going to study in this chapter. First we will see what do you mean by this diagrams and graphs. Even though tabular representation of the data is more convincing, but for our understanding sake, for our easy to understand, they are not interesting because of numerical figures. To make the data easy to understand even by a layman at a glance, if you see the data, if you see the picture, we should understand what is there in the top. That work will do from at a glance. Diagrams and graphs are used to see that by looking at the picture we can understand what is that, which type of data we are representing. That shows using these diagrams and the graphs. Just one diagram is enough to represent a given data more effectively than 1000 words. Yes, that is true. Only one picture or one graph or a diagram, one figure can show, or it can say anything about that data whatever we are choosing. Okay, to see this or to illustrate different ways of presentation of data through diagrams and graphs. So for this, first we will see what is the need and importance of this diagrams and graphs. First, they are attractive. Why we are using the diagrams and graphs means they are very attractive, and hence diagrams and graphs are commonly used. Diagrams and graphs are commonly used in newspapers, magazine for their advertisement purpose. Okay, they are very attractive by seeing at that, and that's why in all the newspapers or any advertisement, any magazines you see, they will, for their advertisement purpose, they will use more diagrams. And next, they give bird's eye view of the entire data at a glance. Bird eye view means if you see the data, if you just go through the data, or you just see that figure or the diagram or the graph, you can it can give clear picture about the data, which type of data we are using, and they can be easily understood by the common man. It can be easily understood by the whether he knows the subject or not, whether he is interested or not. If he is looking at that diagram, he can understand what is there in that. They can be remembered for a long period of time. Yes, pictures can be remembered for a long period of time, so that it is easy to understand, and it will help in facilitating the comparisons. Last point is it will help in facilitating the comparisons. And next, after this we have some rules to follow or to draw diagrams and the graphs. Okay, first one is every diagram should have a suitable title and it is written above it. Yes, for as we did for blank table also we should write the title of the table, so that we can understand that which type, what we are going to, what is the content of that table that we are going to study. Similarly, while we are drawing the when we are drawing the graphs or the diagrams, the title should be clear. Okay, the title should be clear. Next, proper scale according to size of the paper should be selected. Proper scale should be important. It should be important for our size of the table. If we are having small papers, the size of the paper is very small, and the scale of that scale for that picture will be reduced. If we are having long page or a big page, the scale whatever scale we are choosing, it will be a more larger than that. So that we have to see proper scaling. Next, it should be neat and attractive. Yes, it should be neat. Then only, if it is neat and attractive, then only everyone can understand easily. It should not be overloaded with more information. Yes, it should not be overloaded, because if it is overloaded, we will get confused and we have to search what is this, what is that, what is this. So it should not be overloaded. Next, to indicate different parts, suitable shades, colors and crossing should be used. Since in diagrams we have different methods to show the data, so while doing that we should shade or we should color different parts to differentiate between the items. Next, an index indicates different shades, colors, crossing etc. should be used, shown clearly. At the right side of the graph we have to write the index. Okay. Next is it should be complete in all respects. It should be complete means if we are see the diagram we should understand what is there, what is x-axis, what is y-axis, in which scale they are taking and for how many years it has taken and what is the item we are comparing, like this. By looking at that it should be completed. And last one will be it should be simple and self-explanatory. Yes, by looking at that that picture should say everything what is there in that. That is very very important. These are some needs and rules about our diagrams and the graphs. Next we will move on to types of diagrams. Types of diagrams. Here we have 4 types of diagrams. One is one dimensional, 2 dimensional, 3 dimensional and pictograms. Pictograms and cartograms. That will be the 4th one. And here we are having one dimensional and 2 dimensional diagrams. First we will go through the one dimensional diagrams. Okay. Types of diagrams I will write first. So types of diagrams. Types of diagrams are, first one dimensional, one dimensional, one dimensional, next 2 dimensional, 3 dimensional, last one is pictograms and cartograms. Pictograms and cartograms. But for your study, for your syllabus, you are having one dimensional and 2 dimensional diagrams. Okay, one dimensional and 2 dimensional diagrams for your study. We will study only this one dimensional and 2 dimensional. In one dimensional diagrams are one-dimensional diagrams. First is simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, third one is component bar diagram, and last one is percentage bar diagram. This is about one-dimensional diagrams. Okay, these are the 4 different types of diagrams we are having under one dimensional, and in 2-dimensional diagram we have pie chart. 2-dimensional diagram, under that we have one, that is pie chart, or it is a circular diagram. Pie chart, pie diagram, pie chart, circular diagram, all are same. So already you have studied what you mean by pie chart in your high schools. Okay, so the same thing we are following in this chapter. Okay, next we will solve one by one problems on this one-dimensional and two-dimensional diagrams. First I'll take one dimensional diagram in that symbol bar diagram. First one, following figures represent the decadal change of population of India. Draw a simple bar diagram. So they are given the data like this. Your population, and this population is in millions. It is 1901, 1911, 1921, 31, 1941, 51, 1961, 1971, 1981, 1991, 2001, 2011, and the values are 238, 252, 251, 278, 318, 361, 439, 548, 688, 846, 1028, 1210. So this is the data they have given. For this data we have to draw a simple bar diagram. Okay. For solving this simple bar diagram, you have to use the graph sheets, or you should take the graph book. Here I am giving rough sketch about the diagrams. So when we are using the graph, you are having exact scale. Okay, you have to follow the exact scale for this, and this is simple bar diagram representing the population of India from 1901 to 2011. This type of data we are having. So first in x-axis I will take the years. This is years, and in y-axis it is population in millions. This is population in millions, and in x-axis it is, this is y-axis and this is x-axis. So x-axis I have taken the year, and for see, this is your graph book. This will be approximately 1 centimeter. In your graph book you can see 1 centimeter each. See, in your graphic it will be like this. Okay, I'll take this as this whole 1 centimeter as 1 year. So this 1 cent, it will be 0. This whole, not 1 point, these two together I have taken at 1901. Okay, this is the year I am denoting. And next this part is 1911. Next 1921, 1931. 1941, 1951, 1961, 1971, 1981, 1991, 2001, 2011. Okay, 2011. And in y-axis, okay, because we have to draw bars, so I have taken this one, okay, a rectangular shape we have to draw. And population is in millions, and the least population is 238 and the highest population is 1200. So I'll take the y-axis population. I'll start from 200. Next will be 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 1400. Or else I'll take little bit larger here so that you can understand easily. Two hundred, 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 1400. Okay, next we have to draw the bars. You see here in 1901 the population is 238, that is 238, approximately it will come here. In your graph you can see this properly. Okay, in your graph you can give the exact bars. Next for 1911 it is 252, 252. Next 1921 251 again, little bit lesser than this. In your graph you can see the exact pictures. 1931 278, 318, 361, 439, 550, 548, 688, 846, 1028, next 1210. So you have to write the scale. Here scale, y-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 200 millions. Okay, this is how we'll draw the simple bar diagram. Next we will see another problem. Represent the data regarding the population of different countries by simple bar diagrams. Country, population in million. China, India, USA, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Bangladesh. So this we have to represent using simple bar diagram. Again, this will be x-axis, this is our y-axis. In y-axis it is population in millions, and y-axis it is years. Sorry, in y-axis it is countries. Country. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 countries are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in population it is in millions, and the lowest population is 165, that is Bangladesh, and the highest is China, it is 1341. So I'll take the y-axis as 0, 200, 400, like that I'll take. So it is 0, 200, highest is 1341, okay, 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 1400. And the countries I'll take, again I am telling you, one box, one rectangular box we have to draw. For this width I'll take one country, and this is, first is China, next India, USA, Indonesia, next Brazil, next Pakistan, next Bangladesh. And we have to draw the bars, simple bars for this. For China it is 1341, 1300 here, 341 it will come here. If you are using the graph sheet, you will get the exact scale, and for India it is 1200. Using your graph sheet you can get the exact one. It is 309. Next 238. Next 191. Next 185. Last is 165. Okay, this is how a simple bar diagram looks. And I have to write the scale again. Here scale is y-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 200 million. While you are doing the diagrams and graphs, scale is very, very important. That will also carry the marks. Later classes we will see some other type of diagrams. Okay, thank you.